Imagine training your entire life for a single physical purpose, and then in one instant, your body shatters. A few years later, you're a multi-millionaire rapper with 10 million monthly listeners. In his early 20s, Parveen Dhanda was a highly competitive javelin thrower from the Indian state of Haryana. His identity and his roadmap for the future were tied exclusively to his physical strength. Then, a catastrophic spinal injury destroyed that roadmap. The damage left him completely bedridden, instantly ending his athletic career. With his physical body sidelined, his competitive drive had to find a new outlet. He needed a new arena to conquer, one that didn't require a functioning spine. In 2018, Parveen relocated nearly 6,000 miles away to the Gold Coast of Australia. He arrived there as a total unknown. He had left behind his home village of Nyoliwala, a deeply rustic agricultural community where traditional folk music runs in the background of daily life. The Australian coast is a contrast, a playground built on glass, steel, and visible wealth. Arriving in a foreign country with a broken body meant he held zero social or economic leverage. He had no network, no backup plan, and no local reputation. But total anonymity offers a blank slate. In that geographic vacuum, Parveen executed a radical reinvention, emerging as the rapper we now know as Dhanda Nyoliwala. Scaling a music career globally is notoriously difficult. How do you generate millions of streams using a rural Indian dialect most of the world cannot understand? You build a specific sonic equation. Dhanda developed a sound that forced the market to pay attention, leaning heavily on a concept called folk trap fusion. The first half of this formula relies on the ancient acoustics of his childhood. He integrated the sharp percussive strikes of the daru and the droning rhythm of the bugchu, instruments native to Haryanvi folk music. This diagram illustrates the second half. He took those jagged acoustic frequencies and forced them into the exact same track as thick, aggressive 808 sub-basslines native to Western trap. On top of this heavy production, he refused to adopt a westernized accent, delivering every bar with the raw, unapologetic swagger of his native Haryanvi dialect. That jarring collision between rural tradition and modern trap provided the global algorithm with a texture it had never processed before. The theory was tested in the real world in 2022, during a long, isolated road trip from Sydney to Brisbane. Driving alone, he pulled up a random beat, opened the voice memo app on his phone, and started freestyling. He took that unpolished phone recording and formally released it as the track Up to You. This chart tracks the immediate aftermath. The metrics instantly exploded into a steep hockey stick curve across YouTube and Instagram Reels, eventually crossing 75 million views. One raw freestyle recorded in the driver's seat outperformed massive studio rollouts. Authenticity scales much faster than highly produced imitation. The data was too massive to ignore. Within months, the top-tier artists of the mainstream Indian music industry were reaching out to him. He secured a collaboration with industry heavyweight Raftar on the track Chora Babaka, which dragged regional Haryanvi hip-hop out of the underground and into the national spotlight. Soon, he was invited into the most elite corporate music spaces in the country, featuring on Coke Studio Bharat alongside heavily vetted mainstream artists. He navigated these corporate spaces without softening his lyrics or dropping his regional slang to make the executives comfortable. The industry didn't change him. His streaming data forced the mainstream to adapt to his sound. Today, that regional sound generates massive capital. Dhanda pulls in over 10 million monthly listeners and an estimated net worth of up to 8 crore rupees. The teenager who was once bedridden with a broken spine now navigates the world in a fleet of high-end luxury vehicles. When he returned to India, he didn't arrive as a forgotten athlete. He arrived as the headliner of the multi-city Koram tour, performing live for thousands of fans. Success at this scale came from packaging his exact heritage with relentless modern energy, effectively forcing the world to listen to his hometown.